Hi, I'm Barry from bGreen. I'm one of the co-founders, and I'd like to introduce this current YouTube clip, and it's going to be a little bit of myself talking with our Director of Building Services, Matt, who is going to be in charge of all the building projects that we do, and we're working on our first project, which coincidentally is my kitchen right behind me. So what we're going to be doing is taking out our current Formica countertop and replacing it with either paper stone, rich light, and then doing a possibly plywood desk off the back of it, which would be right behind me. So this is our first meeting talking about the different things that we can do, the different cool bGreen aspects that we're going to bring to this project, and we will, as the project progresses, we will post updates, and so you can see the project progress, and then obviously the final product. So I hope you enjoy. So the first question I have is, with this type of countertop, will we have any seams?
No. This space right here, most of these goods come in either 4x8 up to 5x10, sometimes even custom orders you get as big as like a 5x12 sheet. You're certainly small enough here we can get this in one application.
Okay, cool. And so how does it work in terms of the process of taking this old countertop off and then getting a new sink and then replacing it?
Sure thing. So we want to be as minimally invasive as possible. So the first thing we'll do is we'll come in here, we'll disconnect the sink, turn off the water, break the seal of the plumber's putty that holds the sink in, and also release, there's usually a couple of clips on the bottom side. Pull the sink out, remove it either from the space or get it out of our way. The next thing we'll do is we'll come in and we'll score all the edges of the backsplash to make sure the caulk is broken. From there we'll just basically start deconstructing almost as it is here, so we don't knock anything off the shelves or cause any further damage to any walls or any of the other surrounding finishes. From that point we could actually do one of two things. Number one, from a schedule standpoint, the best thing to do would be to template the existing in advance, so that the old counter comes in, the old counter comes out, the new counter goes in almost immediately. The alternative is you could actually use this old countertop as the template, but that means you could be without a countertop for as much as a week, and I really wouldn't want to do that too if I could avoid it. Right. But anyway, so the new countertop would go in. Given the fact that we're going to try to do this in one piece, we'll end up setting it in like this and lowering it down slowly. We can talk about if you want to do a backsplash or not, and if you do, whether it's going to be out of the Rich Light product, or if you want to do tile to match your backsplash, or frankly you could have nothing. You could just,
yeah, we were thinking we'd do nothing, because since we have the
tile backsplash,
we would just bring it all the way down to the counter.
That's great. That's great. Are you going to do a tile backsplash on the side wall as well?
This wall is currently in debate. I think we should do it. Leah's not entirely sold on doing it. So I don't know. We have to decide. I mean, do you think it would look cool?
It's a personal preference, but it's one of those things that's nice. You can do it at any point.
Yeah,
the disadvantage of doing the tile is that it's going to be much harder to hang things on.
Right.
With versatility, every time you hang a picture and you have a different picture want to go up,
yeah,
you're going to have to patch holes in the tile. That's a lot harder to do than patching a hole in sheetrock. So anyway, the new countertop will go in. We'll mount it just like the old countertop was. We'll screw it from below through the cabinets. Get it all in. Everything will be pre-finished, pre-sealed before we come out here.
Yeah.
And again, I know you had mentioned wanting to potentially do like a built-in drain board.
Yeah.
I'd probably
would do it on that side, right?
Do the drain board on this
and
side.
If we want to do a instead of a two sink, just one big one, we'd actually gain a little bit of counter space, right?
Absolutely. Well, it depends on what you want to do. This right here is probably a 36-inch, maybe it's a 33-inch sink. You could turn around. Certainly, I know like Kohler puts out, this is a 33-inch sink. Kohler puts out a nice 33 single basin if you wanted one big basin. That's actually what I have.
Yeah.
If you want, you can go down certainly to a 30-inch. I tend not to like when the sinks get too squatty.
Yeah.
They become square. They almost look very industrial, like what you expect to see in a kitchenette in an office building.
Right.
So my preference, I typically do like a longer one, but I would almost definitely recommend doing an undermount sink.
Yes.
Stainless if you want to keep what you have now. Frankie has some great options as well, where they've got almost some like peanut-shaped sinks where the faucet can be side mounted instead of back mounted.
Oh, okay.
There's all I could get you catalogs so
now,
we can go through that.
I was looking into new faucets, and I was looking at faucets that have a water filter added to them, and my parents actually have one too. They would have it in the main one. It's a second faucet. My dad, his opinion on it was 200 or 300 extra, and the thing has a lot of issues and it doesn't work well. Do you have any experience with them, or?
Sure. It depends on what you want, first of all. I mean, everything's personal preference. So what I probably recommend is not do a filter that's built into the faucet itself. They do make the ones with the pure carbon.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I'd probably stay away from that. They're bulky. They're very clunky.
Kind of ugly.
You could put an inline filter in down below the sink.
Yeah.
So the cold water will come out of the wall into the filtration system.
Yep.
Out of the filtration system, then up into your faucet. All right, and then just periodically you go down below and change the cartridge.
So that's separate to the sink.
Absolutely
we don't need to
separate.
buy a special faucet.
Not at all.
And then it'll come out here, so we might even be doing dishes with filtered water. But
anytime you're using cold water, you will end up. That's correct.
Yeah, but that so that's, I mean, that's not a huge deal. We usually use warm.
Use like maybe their change of products or a change of colors anyway. You can do like the top counter if you want in the dark brown.
Oh,
right?
and another accent.
And then do like a second counter, perhaps like this, just below it, where that second counter can kind of come out and almost swing around this way, like this. Right? So you can end up having this counter that would kind of go like this, and then kind of curve its way back this way, like that. Right?
Yeah.
So what you can do is you end up having a desk, and then eating
I
space,
see what
right?
you're saying, yeah.
Oh,
And then
wow.
you can put, some storage, like drawer
Under.
drawers and stuff like that, file cabinet underneath it.
That's really cool.
And then the other, so number one, it'll eliminate the need for this over here. Not
Yep.
We're talking
not
small city condo.
Right.
Like best utilized.
And when you're not using it as a desk, if you had a couple of people over dinner or whatever, now you can maybe even have 3 or 4 bar stools along the full length.